One, start without me, and then I will talk. Okay.
Okay,
Hold
not a
on.
problem.
All
We
right.
are
All right.
actually live right
I've got
now.
a little emergency.
Good evening, folks. We are live with Great Campaigns, the American Civil War. This is Battle Above the Clouds, and we are continuing our Chickamauga campaign with turn 4. Now, this is the first turn in which we will be doing the strategic turn, which happens every 4 turns, and turns divisible by 4, that is. This is, if you don't know, a 32 turn campaign. Some turns, like turn 1, for example, will go fairly quickly. Other turns will not. So last turn, you might recall, there was a big battle right around McDowell here. Let's see. Yeah, right around McDowell. And the Union right flank got hit very hard by Walker's Corps. That is these units of... It's this stack right here. Not the whole stack, though. So I'm just looking at what we have here. We're at the top of the turn. This is the top. We're not with. It's the top of the action phase, not the top of the turn. We did all the pre-action phase stuff. So hopefully we'll get through a turn or two tonight. Which seems like, based on pacing, is not an unreasonable pace. So I believe we have to figure out what's up with those supply points. So we're just waiting to get caught up here. Sorry for the delay. Everything will be good. So in addition to the action we've had north of Chattanooga here, there's a Union Corps crossing the Tennessee River to the south as well, with a Confederate force opposing. We're going to be able to get some of these Confederates, some of these Union troops across this turn. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to be able to finish bringing this Sheridan's division over this turn, and start bringing over Davis's division.
Sorry about that. I am back.
All right, very good. We are ready to go here.
Well, let me get in position here. We're having a little flooding emergency.
Oh, that's no good.
All right. So let's see.
We're ready to go with the action phase, pretty much.
Yeah. So let's roll. Let's go ahead and do that.
Now, I noticed that I ended up with a Fat 4 on top of here, so something's wrong. And I think I see why. That should actually be Fat 1. I believe it didn't pick it up in the cleanup because this demoralized was between... This demoralized should have come... No, that's not correct, actually. So this is going to actually decrease down to Fat 1. But these guys are also exhausted, so and disorganized. And then that goes there. It's weird because this one seems fine. Let me just...
Well, Purple Norseman, the Union's getting hammered right now, so you can say forever, but...
Well, it was not a great turn last turn, that's for sure. But, you know, you aren't going to win every engagement, so...
All right, you ready? You
I'm
good?
ready to go. Yep, let's roll off.
All right, so our event this turn is what? Beat the Federals, which just reduces
Yeah, that's a -1
Insubordination.
to insubordination checks.
Right.
Now, we also remember that on the first initiative check of each turn, at least for now, until Longstreet and or Johnston come in, the Union gets +1 on that first check.
The first initiative.
The very first initiative roll, yes.
All right, let's roll. So
That
that's
is
a
a
tie.
3. That's a tie. That is a Union initiative. Let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to activate... No, I'll hold off up there. Let's do our business down here. We're going to activate McCook. So let's I'll roll for movement, but it's really kind of irrelevant because we're just moving guys across the river. All right. So this 1 manpower is the remaining manpower of Sheridan's formation here. So increase that. That number does not make any sense. I'll look it up and check it when you're going. That's fine. So this will go away. And then we'll bring over this. And then, crap, I should not have gotten rid of that. All right, that's what that looks like at the end of that.
Was there any fatigue? Is there any fatigue from that?
Yeah, that's all. So what is fatigued is Sheridan and Davis. The 39th Indiana did not actually activate in there.
Okay. So let's roll.
That is a Union initiative. Now that's a 4 strength or manpower points per turn that can cross over. We're going to activate R.W. Johnson. I'm going to do the same type of deal. Let's see if this works. All right.
Fatigue.
There we go with that. All right.
All right.
Let's roll. It's another Union initiative. We're going to activate Force 5. This is a leader activation. That's 11 total. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's roll.
Don't forget your fatigue.
Got it. That is
All
a
right.
Confederate initiative.
Let's see here. Hood is going to activate Breckenridge.
Hood. You mean Bragg?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Bragg
Hood.
doesn't
Whoa.
activate for just activations. It'll be Breckenridge doing the act. Well, maybe.
Breckenridge is going to
zoom in a little bit here.
He's going to activate. Let's see. We got Walker there.
That's not even Breckenridge. That's just a division. Breckenridge's division.
Yeah. So Polk is going to activate Breckenridge and Cheatham.
Okay.
And Hindman.
Okay.
So all three. All right. So here we go. Whoa, that's pretty good. +2 is 7. So this is going to give us some little. Do what we want to do. Cheatham's going to go first. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what you got there. Five.
That's not 5.
You're right. I went off road.
That's 3 movement points to do.
So
that
we're gonna go. He's gonna go there.
Okay.
And let's see, Hindman. Go. 1, 2. No. 1. No. Hindman will go last. So Breckenridge is, yeah, I see what's going on here. And then Liddell commands the 8 guys. Okay.
Yes.
So that would be.
So Polk is.
With Bragg.
Yes, but Polk's not in command. Well, he's in command of Cheatham, but he's not in command of Breckenridge.
He's not?
No.
Who's in command of Breckenridge?
That's a good question. It looks like AP Hill. That's actually DH Hill.
You could be right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So Breckenridge ain't going. But Hindman.
Liddell is commanded by Walker.
Right.
I don't know where Hindman is. Oh, okay. Yeah, Hindman is being commanded by Polk.
So to move into a hex that has 15, how many movement points would that cost?
Are there supply wagons in the hex?
No.
Is it the clear hex?
No, it's a road hex.
No, but you're not moving on the road if you're moving through other
units.
Yeah,
it's clear.
It's clear. Okay, so it's +2.
Okay.
Actually, the only terrain that makes a difference are wood, swamp, and mountain for that. So
that's
there's a fair amount of wood, of all. I don't know about swamp, but there's a fair amount of woods and mountain on this map.
So that's 3, 4. And that is it for Polk's command. Breckenridge, yeah, and you're right. Breckenridge is under DH. So that's that.
All right. Now those creeks, let me double check this, but I believe the creeks do not have a movement point cost. They don't. They don't cost extra movement to cross the creeks. All right, so we're done?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, you can roll off.
Yep.
That is an insubordination check. Let's check for Hindman. No, let's check for Polk, actually.
Polk. Remember, it's -2.
-2.
So it's a straight up roll.
It's
this turn.
+2 for
being insubordinate.
Being insubordinate. He is in Bragg's command radius, so there's nothing for that. But you have beat the Federals, so it's a +1 actually.
What's beat the Federals give you? Is it a +1? I thought it was
a
+1
-1 to the roll.
Okay, +1. All right.
He is
He's
insubordinate.
insubordinate. Let's roll.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
All right, more insubordination. Let's go for Hindman as well. That's also going to be just a +1. He is also insubordinate.
I already put the marker there. I kind of figured. Let's roll. All right,
That's
finally.
a Confederate initiative.
Right. So.
No, Purple Norseman, I definitely agree with that. Now, I think that I really like the scenarios in these games, but it's not quite the same experience either, right? You're getting more operational choices with the campaigns, just because of the length of them, if nothing else. The scenarios in this one range from, I think, the shorter scenarios range from 1 to 7 turns, if I'm recalling correctly. And in a 7-turn scenario, actually, you've got a fair amount of space too.
Walker's going to activate Liddell.
Okay.
And the reserve artillery. And Liddell's going to move to Walker. Oh, I got to roll. 3.
Yeah. There is, if I haven't mentioned this, and I think I have, there is a 1 hex minimum move.
Oh, there is? All right. Yeah. He's just going to move, boop, right into Walker's hex. Whoop. And the reserve artillery is going to go join. Whoop. Did that wrong. Bragg. Move into the hex with Bragg. And we roll.
That is a tie of 2, so that's a Union initiative.
Correct.
Let's see what we have to play with here. Well, just checking the table.
What table? Oh, the attack table?
The artillery table, actually. All right, we're going to activate Baird.
Where is Baird?
Baird is under Crittenden.
Okay.
So, not a great roll, but that's actually okay.
That's that?
Yep.
All right, let's roll. Union initiative.
Union initiative. The way I see it, if I get a grand assault off, I'd be at about +2, which is not a great grand assault, to say the least.
Against Bragg's hex? Yeah,
Against Bragg's hex.
Bragg's pretty beefy there. Yep.
There's only one actual unit there, plus the reserve artillery, though. So it's
Yeah.
actually kind of a weak hex, but I have a more than a 2-to-1 against it with both hexes going in. Nevertheless, that's not a particularly great. I'll let you attack because you're at you're going to be at a artillery penalty, I suspect. Actually, probably not, because since it would be in the woods. All right, let's see what we're doing down here. Let's activate Force 5.
No, I agree, Purple Norseman, with everything Gary said. That this is built for the campaigns. You know, the scenarios are. It was good to learn, but
Yeah, so insubordinate units cannot assault. Um,
right.
they get they get a penalty on march attacks, and I think there's something else too.
Yeah, I don't think they can participate in a grand assault.
That's a terrible roll. That was a leader activation. It's giant 4 points. 1, 2, 3. We'll go here and reveal your force 3.
Okay, Force 3 is a dummy.
Okay. Well, actually, if it's a dummy, I'll advance some more.
Okay.
And we roll.
So you're talking about luck?
That is a union initiative. Well, the turn is early.
Yeah. Did you give that guy a fatigue?
I did.
Force 5? Okay.
All right. We're going to activate, do a leader activation with Crittenden.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So that's a giant 2 points, but it's actually enough. Oh shit. Maybe we're not going to do that.
Well, you just rolled it.
Yeah, I did. All right, let's go here.
That's why I like placing the fatigue. I like placing the fatigues before I roll, then I can back out.
Yeah. All right. Wood here is in Crittenden's hex. So Wood moves back here. And Cleve moves back here. How does Palmer have 2 fatigue? That's got to be another bug. Because he
They
has
were
not
fat.
moved.
Were they fat, 4, and demoralized?
No, those guys were all under Crittenden.
Okay.
Palmer was not at Fat 4, so he's not fatigued at all. Well, he's going to be fatigued now. So let's pull him out. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I was looking at Wood C. Yeah.
2. So we're going to go 1. Oh, we'll move here, I think.
I was looking at Wood C. You didn't pull his demoralized marker. The fat 2 guy.
Oh, right. There we go. All right. All right, so we are good there.
Let's roll.
That is
right.
a Confederate initiative.
So let's see. Let's look at the terrain. We're going to activate Breckenridge. All I needed. And we roll.
Okay. Confederate initiative.
We are going to activate these
Why
wagons.
have you put an insubordination on top of Reynolds?
Oh, because I wanted it.
I don't know where that goes.
These are
Might be
getting
on
too
top
tall.
of Polk.
That's it. All right, so we're going to activate these wagons. And they move like infantry, I'm guessing. Roll
They
a
do.
d6.
Yes, exactly.
All right, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we roll.
That is
We're
a
gonna
Confederate initiative.
activate Force 4. Is it a leader activation? Look at Force 4. It is. So that is a 6. I moved 1. Let me do the fatigue so I don't forget. It's actually a 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we roll. Another Confederate initiative.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to activate DH Hill. Well, Hill's going to activate Claiborne. All right. And everything in the hex. Claiborne's going to activate the wagons too. So here we go. Well, that's a 7. That's good. I needed to move.
Where's this at?
But DH Hill, man.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I was looking up insubordination.
And then these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, just so you know, you can activate one of those wagons with Hill.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to stay.
So let's talk about insubordination since Patchwork Pictures has asked, and he just popped in. Leader with an insubordinate marker may not perform an assault action, may not attack an enemy unit in an assault action or a grand assault. That unit may attack in a march action, but it receives a -2 modifier if it does.
All right.
Which
let
is
me
a
think.
substantial modifier.
Do I want to stay there? 1. Actually, I could bring the wagons with me, couldn't I? And I could activate those other wagon trains, couldn't I? That's an option. All right, so those guys are all right. So we're gonna just stay here for right now, and I'm gonna give this guy a next level. I'm gonna give this guy fatigue, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Montgomery. And then Hill is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Montgomery as well, block to Mahan's Gap. And that's it. We roll.
All right, I am going to fix Sheridan down here because he's messed up.
Okay.
I looked him up. That is right, because it took him 3 turns to cross. All right, now we roll.
Right.
Is that a tie of 5?
I did not roll.
Okay.
You
Okay,
won.
so that's just Union initiative then. All right, we're going to activate Minty.
Okay.
He's going with 7, and he is going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Guard that flank. We roll. That is a Confederate initiative.
And what am I to do with? We're going to activate Force 5.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
And Force 5 rolls. And that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Parker. Let's roll.
That's a Confederate initiative.
Let's see here. We're going to go way out west. Way out east.
I was going to say.
You might want to take a look at the
That Confederate cavalry coming in?
Yeah, there's a file preference that I would highly recommend you select. I'd forgotten to when I got this module. It's called Center on Opponents Moved.
Yes, I am.
Moves.
I have chosen to not have that on.
Okay. It can be annoying, but I actually find it. All right. So
I can understand why you'd want to, but
well, this map's so big that
yeah, that's the thing.
if you want to go to where the guy's moving, that's why in a lot of games I don't have it in Vassal, but in this one I do. All right. So we're going to do a strategic move with Martin here.
Okay.
So
what you are going to do then is oh, by the way, there is the one big restriction that you have to bear in mind for strategic movement is that you may not come within 8 hexes of an enemy unit.
That
right.
will be accomplished.
So you are going to decide whether you're going to spend 2, 3, or 4 fatigue levels, and then you're going to get a number of points based on how many that is.
So 2, 3, or 4 are my options, correct?
Correct.
If I spend 2,
you will get, if they're all cavalry, I assume they are, you will get 24 movement points.
Okay. And what about the wagons with them?
The wagons would get 12.
Okay. So
this is with 2 fatigue levels.
We're going to do that with everybody. And we're going to start with the wagons just to get them out of the way. And
so you're going to do 2 fatigue levels. There's no particular, because it's a leader activation. I mean, I don't know. You can do 2 if you want. I would probably do 3 or 4, but
well, yeah, I guess. All right, I'm gonna do
way in the back, right?
Right. I'm gonna do a fat 4 with the wagons.
Okay, so that will that is 24 movement.
What is it?
24.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 to that crossroads. And yeah, we're going to fat 4 everybody with Martin. What will that get him?
Fat 4 with cavalry will give you 48 movement.
Riding all day and all night. All right.
Okay, so that's what I was looking for. You are not required to say everybody in the activation is spending the same number of strat movement fatigue levels. You can vary it. That wouldn't apply to the wagons anyway, because they're kind of like an additional bonus activation with the rest of the rest of it.
Right. 5.
I am pleased, however, that the rules mention that.
8, 9, 10.
Patchwork Pictures, the insubordination lasts for the remainder of the turn. The turns in this game system are 1 day. Hexes are 1 mile, more or less.
What was it? Was it 48?
It was 48. The campaigns in this series add really not so much because of the advanced rules, though that's true too, but in part because of the advanced rules, and in part just because the campaigns give you more space and time to do things. You end up with a richer experience out of the campaigns. That said, I really like the scenarios in the series as well. You can play a 3-turn scenario in a sitting very easily, say Cedar Mountain or something like that. 2 hours. It takes about 2 hours to play Cedar Mountain, if that.
Playing this campaign versus the intro level, for me, the level of enjoyment is 1,000 times better. It's
a richer experience, unquestionably.
This system, certainly for this game, was not meant to play those battles. Those battles are like intros.
Well, yeah. So that's the other thing, is that the system is not a battle system, right? So if you are going to play, say, the Chickamauga battle, you're really not. It's still not a battle system, right? Even though you're playing this 3-turn game, you're playing the operational angle of the battle, rather necessarily than the battle itself.
Right. To me, I didn't get. You don't get satisfaction of the Battle of Chickamauga, because it's like it'd be like playing out on a 12 hex by 12 hex map.
Yeah,
from the nosebleed seats.
And because it's only 3 turns, if you maneuver and you try to get that battle result off, maybe it'll go off, but maybe it won't. It's just as likely to not go off, and then you don't have enough time in this 3 turns to try it again.
Right, because it's not meant for the scale. I mean, it's that battle is meant to show you how to play this operational system.
Yeah,
meant for larger incidents than, say, like the battle. Yeah, so it's cool. To me, it's good as like an intro, but it's not. It's not satisfying the same way. Like, I don't know, like my game, when I play AHDS and I play people the intro scenario, it's not satisfying because it's meant to intro people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're not getting the breadth and the depth of what the game's meant for. You're designed for the campaign. All right, so that's it. Those guys were able to make actually all the way to Chattanooga.
Yeah. Well, they rode like hell, and they're pretty much done for the day. Well, they're done for the day, and they're really probably done for tomorrow too.
They rode like hell.
They did.
Okay. All right, so let's roll.
That's a Confederate initiative.
Well, we got someone else who knows how to ride like hell. And question is, does he want to try to attack your damn ass? Do a typical forest and grab your wagons? Or do I want to come down and be a proper cavalry guy and like start taking care of your cavalry that's kind of in Force 5 that are kind of running around there? We'll see. But whatever the case is, Forest, who I believe, what's the distance that turns him into Forest A? There's a rule for that. I forget.
There is a special rule for Forest.
He is a less effective Forest when he's a certain distance from Bragg, and I think we're within that distance.
that in the scenario rules?
Yeah, let me look
let
it.
me check
Let
that
me look
then.
for what it would have to be, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily. There's special rules for.
Just forget the dang
None of those
range.
actually apply to this scenario. Remember, there's two campaigns. There's a Chattanooga campaign as well, which
You
is
can
a
look in the
very different experience, by the way, because it's got
forest. It's Rule 15.
Rule 15.
A 5 hex path, I believe. Or is it
What page is that on?
It's on like page 6. It says forest.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Just what's the hex path? I can't make it out.
If the army leader Bragg can trace a 15 path hex from his hex to forest hex without encountering Union-occupied hexes, forest is flipped to its forest A side.
And I believe I can
can't,
trace that.
then it's on the forest B side.
I believe I can. Let's see here. 1, 2.
So he
3.
is more effective away from Bragg, actually.
Yeah, right.
Which is
so
not really that surprising.
It has to be free of Zox. I saw that. So it's 1, 2.
That's correct.
3, 4, 5, 6.
No, it
7.
doesn't have to be free of Zox.
Oh, it doesn't.
It may
All
transit
right.
any terrain type, including impassable
2,
terrain
3,
and enemy Zox.
4, 5, 6. Yep, he's within range. So he's forest A. Flip. Which you see the difference is he's got a 4/3/7 as forest B, which is the 7's his tactical, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct that the 7's his tactical?
The 7 is his command rating.
And the 4/3 is
that is his tactical. He is 4 on the attack and 3 on the defense. But
right.
he is on his forest A side.
Yeah, it reduces everything.
Yes.
Okay.
He's less effective when he can smell Bragg in the air.
Right. Which is so hilarious. All right. So he's going to activate. Here we go. How many movement points?
Bragg is really the Confederate McClellan. Let's face it.
Right. So let's see. Place fat marker. Place fat marker. And let's see. We get a +2 to this. Come on. Yeah, it sucks.
That's not that good.
1, 2, 3.
John
and yeah,
welcome.
We're attacking. We're attacking.
Okay, so that's not. You're going to have to move those units individually. There's 2 units in there, as I recall.
Okay.
Because you can't attack with the whole stack. That's an assault, right? Which forest can do an assault.
Yeah, and I think we're not going to do that. All right, so we're not going to do any of that. Yeah.
That was the problem before. Is you have to they're basically march attacks. So you'd be at best 3-2, which is 1-1.
Okay. All right. So
and
that's
artillery
1, 2,
disadvantage in the open, which is bad.
3. You know what? We're going to move right up on.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
That you can do.
All right. Let's roll for initiative.
That is an insubordination check. We're rolling for D.H. Hill.
Get a +1.
Net +1 to the roll. He is not insubordinate.
Nope. He's obedient. All right, let's roll.
For now. That is a Union initiative. We're going to activate Wilder, who has an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's roll.
All right, let me see something for 1 second. Okay, let's roll. Let me roll, I should say. Well, we're either going to end the turn or I'm going to get initiative. Let's see what happens. I'm getting initiative.
All right, I have rolled a stunning number of 1s for initiative so far this turn.
After rolling a bunch of 6s, so I'm not hearing it. You 6'd out like the whole beginning of the turn. I'm not going to listen to your information operations about Gary Luck. So let's see here.
To be honest, the more important thing that I did was roll all those insubordination checks.
I think Forrest is going to try to do an assault.
Okay. So we're going to do the regular assault procedure here. You're going to select an eligible leader, choose one or more units in the active hex. Presumably it's both of them.
Right.
They must be at FAT 3 or less. So the first thing you will do is declare that. I assume they're both going. You increase each of their fatigues by 1.
Right.
Now, at this point, I could do a cavalry retreat if that was a thing, which it isn't. Okay, now you are going to roll a die. 1d6. All
2.
Right. If the roll is a 6, the assault automatically ends. If the roll is 5 or less, apply modifiers to the roll and subtract the modified number from the active leader's command value. This is the assault number. If the assault number is less than 0, the assault ends. This parallels the grand assault procedure, but it's slightly different.
So Forrest has a 6. That's a +4.
Yeah, so, well, let me see if there's modifiers, because this number gets modified. That's not the case. Okay, no modifiers apply. So you are now going to pick, so it's a net 4. So you are going to then select 4 units to assault with.
Right, which is
only 2, yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay, then what?
Okay, then we do the combat. All right, so you've got what, 5?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you're going to have a 2-to-1.
Right. I have 1 artillery. You have none.
Okay, so you're going to get a +1 for that. I do. It's because that's a breakaway unit, and the rest of the unit took all the artillery with it. It is in the clear, if I'm not mistaken. It is in the clear.
Right.
So the attacker's artillery value minus, so it's +1 is going to give you a -2. Okay.
I get a -2?
Yes, because for having insufficient, because it's in the clear, it's based on terrain, and you don't have enough artillery to give you you don't have enough artillery superiority.
Okay.
Don't think there's any additional modifiers. There's definitely no flank. Net -1. You are obligated to do it at this point, though.
But I have a +2 tactical.
So you do get that's true. You do get the +2 tactical. I have a +1 tactical. So that's going to be +1. That's a straight up roll then.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So you're going to have a 3. All right. So your attacking value is a 5. On a +3, you're going to take a big F, little a. Big F means you gain 2 fatigue levels, 2 additional fatigue levels.
So we're FAT 4. All right.
Okay. I got a big D, little r. All right. So these guys will disorganize.
Took no losses, though, right?
You did not take any. That's correct.
Did you take losses?
No, neither of us did.
All right. All
right, so... All right, now we got to just figure out what happens to the wagons, because this is not a... a route, which the other one was.
Yeah. Good evening, John Longshore. I have a feeling that it's going to add up to all your wagons belongs to us.
Nope, they're destroyed.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm good with that too.
I actually forgot
So,
to add. I forgot. This wouldn't have made a difference. I forgot to add the combat value of the wagon train. It has 1 combat value. All right, so we got a 2 to 4 hex retreat. We'll go back here. Actually, sounds like a good idea.
the wagon train's dead. And the supply. Don't forget that. Yes. You stay out of Meigs County.
That was a terrible attack. That's a terrible attack, and you just rolled lucky.
Yeah,
So,
I'm good with it. Good with pouncing your supply. It's a very Forrest attack.
that's true.
Would Forrest have done that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not a doubt in your mind. Yeah. All right, so let's roll.
Confederate initiative.
Let's see here. Force 4 is going to activate. They're going to go 1 to there. That's it.
Okay.
Now, hold on. Do I want to go 2? Yeah. I'll show myself to you, but that's fine. Yep. So we're going to reveal. We're going to go our whole Mega 2 movement points that we got out of that. Gather up these guys. And let me put this with Force 4. And then I'll stack myself because I know you can't see me. We're just kind of south of Sims there. So, can you see him?
Yep.
Showing up? All right. Hiya. All right, let's roll. Union initiative.
I'm going to do some stuff with force markers.
Yeah, that time may come for me here soon as well. But right now, I don't see the point.
We're going to activate Mitchell. This is a leader activation. Ooh, it's 13 points. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we roll.
Yeah, he's needed up north. He's needed up north, is what he is. All right, let's roll.
It's a Union
Again,
initiative. Minty should be fatigued. Somehow the fatigue... I remember fatiguing him. Somehow the fatigue got lost.
I don't believe you.
We're going to activate Van Cleve. This will be a leader activation, so I'm activating Crittenden, who will activate Van Cleve. That's 3 points.
Right.
Van Cleve is going to go 1, 2, 3. Let me think about that. 1, 2, 3. There.
And that's your full movement?
Yes.
And that is his first fatigue, right? I could also, if I wanted to disorganize and take losses and all that and get out of town, if you assaulted, I could do that on the assault, correct?
Yes, you can. You can do that if I did. So I actually wouldn't be assaulting though. There's only one unit there, so it would be a march attack, and only a leader can do an assault. Can you?
Yeah, I want to know if I can skedaddle. Nah, you know, I don't think you're doing it on a fat 3. So I'm good. I'm not gonna disorganize and retreat. I'm fine. But you can look it up.
You may not cavalry retreat on a march attack.
We're staying put. We're happy.
All right, roll. Confederate initiative.
Now, if I decided to activate Forest again, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't disorganize them, right? But I'd have to, or would it?
They're at Fat 4 already. They're done.
Okay. So we're not.
The only thing they can do on a Fat 4, and anybody can do on a Fat 4, is you can still cavalry retreat.
Okay, we're not doing that. So there. We're going to activate Force 5.
Gotcha.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chattanooga. I'm going to go to Chattanooga as well. And let's roll. Your activation.
Activate Mitchell. It's a leader activation for a 10.
He's needed up north. And he continues to advance.
The only question is how is he getting there? We'll do it this way. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
All right, let's roll.
It's a Union initiative. And I think I'm going to pass.
I am going to pass as well. No, I'm not going to pass. We are going to... Joe Wheeler is going to activate everybody in his vicin. And we're going to roll Cav activation for all 3 of those units. That's pretty mediocre. 9's okay.
Strictly mediocre.
Yeah. So... Wharton is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Please reveal yourself, Force 8. Fine. 6, 7, 8. And then these guys are going to go. Wheeler go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. And these guys are going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's that. Let's roll.
Confederate initiative.
Force 6 is going to activate. Oh, wrong dice. Sorry about that. They are not cavalry. That's better, like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're going to go there. Okay. And that's that. We roll.
Get Confederate initiative.
No, it is Union initiative. That 6 was my movement for the last
okay.
activation.
All right, we're going to activate McCook, who's going to activate 39th Indiana.
For not a lot of movement.
He has to stop there. He has how much movement? He has 5, 6. So he has 3 left. Let me just check something. I can do a hasty attack.
I'm in the mountains.
You're on a ridge.
Yeah.
So that's not a mountain hex per se. And that is there is a combat modifier to that. It will be +2 to defend up against it. I'm only at 2 to 1, so I'll stay there. It would have to be a hasty attack too, with only 2 movement points. So let's roll. That is a tied Union initiative.
Correct.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to activate 39th Indiana. McCook is doing the activation. I've reconsidered this thing. So let's do it this way. And that's 11 points, which is much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Let's roll.
It's a Union initiative. I'm going to activate Force 9. That's it.
All right, let's roll.
It's Confederate initiative.
I am going to pass.
I will pass as well.
Thus endeth the turn.
Yes. However,
All
we
right.
have a whole pile of extra stuff to do.
Yes.
Because this is a strategic turn.
So
we're going to do the
first,
recovery phase. That's the
right?
first thing we do. We would also at this time roll for any bridge or whatever, pontoon bridge building and bridge repair and all that. But there isn't any of that going on at this time.
Correct.
All right. So now we do the strategic cycle. So let's pull up the off-map display.
Here we sit.
All right. And let me open the book to this too, because there's the specific. This happens in a specific order, and it's not on the player aid card. All right.
Correct.
So Union movement. The Union player may move eligible units into an adjacent off-map box connected by a road or railroad connection. The type of connection you have between these off-map hexes is determined by the side of the color of the hex side. So like this brown or tan one is a road connection. And a railroad connection is this actual rail line. So let's see what we're doing here. All right, so...
And this is when we move, what is it, both infantry and cavalry? So
yes.
I mean, you're doing it, right?
Yeah, so
and
this
then
is
cavalry,
just
and then
units.
cavalry get a second move.
That's
right.
correct. Cavalry will get a second move afterwards. Okay. So we're going here, here, and here.
Okay. And Burnside's not moving.
Burnside's not moving.
All right. So
now, a Union unit in the Knoxville or Cumberland Gap box that was eligible for movement but opted to remain in the same box can entrench. Right. So I can actually entrench these guys.
All right. So then your cavalry movement occurs.
Just a moment. Then we do bridge building, which isn't applicable here. No. And then you get your move.
My infantry.
Your infantry and cavalry.
Right. So we are going to go... And... that is my move.
Okay. Now, Confederates may entrench or build bridges, or
if they didn't move, right?
That's correct. So Buckner could entrench, right, for example, or maybe the guys up north. Where is that? Monticello,
right?
Morristown.
So there's breastworks here, and who was that? Breastworks here. Where the heck is the... clone? Wow, that's weird. It won't let me just do a breastworks.
Like right-click on the unit itself, and it should
give
you
an
option.
I am. It is not letting me do that like it did, like I just did with Buckner.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird. I concur. So let's...
let me find a marker.
Huh, look at that. It's not. Nor is it letting you clone the...
No.
Welcome to the world of Vassal Module Advanced Features, folks.
Let me find it. It'll be in game pieces.
It will be.
Terrain. Don't see any breastworks there.
So it's funny. Look under recovery, under the recovery tab. It's funny. Patrick Pictures mentioned a while ago that he prefers operational games. Operational games were something that in my previous life before taking
What
a 10-year break
what
as a
did you say?
wargamer.
Look under the recovery tab.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Which recovery tab? Where do you
Under
speak?
the piece menu, there's a unit
Uh-huh.
markers manual recovery.
Oh, okay. Unit markers recovery? I'm
Okay,
sorry, I can't.
there's two tabs that say unit markers. One says unit markers. The other one says unit markers manual recovery.
I don't have that tab. So I got terrain, I got
Mm-hmm.
game markers, I got unit markers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I got long streak swing,
So you
embarkation.
only have 5 tabs?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct.
Try expanding that window down or over to the right. See if it's getting buried
Nope,
somewhere.
nope, nope,
All
nope. I
right,
have 5
so
tabs.
I got it. I got it then.
All right. That will go there.
All right, well, here's another one for the other guy.
All right.
Or
And
do you
that's
need
it.
another one?
Nope, you just need one for the hex.
Okay.
Breastworks,
That's
breastworks.
fine.
Okay. All right. So that was my movement. And now what's next?
Next is Union cavalry movement.
Okay. Do you want the same licking you got last time? Bluebellies?
It would be roughly a 2-to-1 attack with no with a leadership modifier that would negate that because of Pegram. So no, we're staying where we're at.
Okay. These guys are moving with Buckner. Okay. That is it for all the moving and whatnot.
Okay, and there's nobody doubled up in a hex, so there's not going to be any combat.
Nope.
So let's close that. Let's go to county control. We're going to flip Meg's county back. So we're not doing anything in that VP phase. Let me check that.
You might want to double check your recoveries.
Yes, I will do so. All right, so that's it, pretty much. Well, there's no adjustments in the VP thing. Oh,
Nothing.
hold on a second. No, we didn't lose any manpower in that battle actually, so never mind. All right, so then we're on to supply. Okay, so every division has to spend 1 supply that it pulls from 5 hexes or less away from. I'm saying that in an incredibly clumsy way. So each division costs 5. Each division costs 1 supply point, and you can reach either 15 hexes back to a depot or 5 hexes back to a wagon train.
All right, let me count here. All right, so everybody around Chattanooga's fine. I'm not worrying about
brigades
them.
and regiments cost 1/3 of a point, but you have to spend it, right? So
all right.
spend 1.
All my guys up north by you, including Forest, right? they're not in range of Chattanooga. All my guys near your Force 5 in that area, they're all within range of Chattanooga. So every division. And what if you can't afford every division?
Then they're placed. You put an out of supply marker on it, and they might attrit, depending on their situation.
And are you within range of a depot or no?
Up north here, absolutely not. Down south,
okay.
yes, I am.
Okay.
But you have to trace on roads too. Let me be clear about that.
Right, right. Well, everybody up here is fine. I'm going to spend these 3 supply with DH Hill. And I'm going to keep these supply markers around for future notice because I'm sure we're going to be rolling for it and distributing it.
Yeah.
But so let's see here.
I'm going to count this again just to make sure I have it correct.
Okay. So Claiborne's in supply, Cheatham's in supply, and Hinman's in supply. Everyone else is going to have to forage.
All right.
So let me do that.
Mark them out of supply, and we'll as part of the foraging process, we remove those if they succeed.
Right. And that's it. Oh, and Forest skies as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right. Now,
let me go down south real quick so I don't herky jerk you. Let me just put these guys out of supply. Okay, I'm good.
okay.
So you're not even placing out of supply up north. You're like, they're all out of supply.
No, they're all in supply.
Oh, okay.
Even though you killed 8 supply points, they're all in supply.
Okay. All right.
All right, and they're all in supply down south too. All right, so at this time, I get 12 supply points and you get 9.
Okay.
Now these may be placed in any depot as long as you could trace a rail path to that depot.
Right.
Or you can also, at this time, if you have empty wagon trains, you could take them off and bring them back out next turn. Actually, pull them off.
You can't put the supply on them. You've got to load them up at the depot and then move them out. Or can I put supply on them now?
You could bring them in at the depot loaded. But do you have extra supply? Do you have any unused wagon trains?
In fact, I do.
Okay, so they can go at the depot loaded up. So all 9 of your points are going in Chattanooga, and all 12 of my points are going in Stevenson.
All right, let me know when you're done so I can fiddle around in Chattanooga.
You can go ahead.
Oh, all right. I'm going to uncenter. Each wagon can only carry one, correct?
Each wagon can carry up to 4 supply points.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm placing mine next to Stevenson because they're going to have to move. So I would just as soon. All right. While you're doing that, I'm going to check my fatigues and stuff.
I am done.
Those all look fine. That looks fine. Oh, and if you can also basically drop 2 supply points wherever and build a depot there. In fact, you could even do that. So on that rail line, at any rail station hex, you can actually spend 2 supply points to do that now. So let's say you want to put a depot in Ringgold, you could just say, okay, I'm spending 2 of the incoming supply points and put a depot in Ringgold.
Yeah, no need to do that now.
Yeah, there's no need for me to do that because I don't have the rail connection.
So that's all right. So that's that. Supply spent, wagons jiggered. We're good.
Yeah, I'm checking supply and stuff. I need to check the recovery. I just want to make sure that it's here. And we have to do your foraging. Oh, geez. Hold on. Let me see when that happens. Because that actually happens during the recovery phase. So I don't think we actually do that now.
All right. Well, let's just do it. Then it's done.
1 second. So it's critical that we do it at the right time, actually, because what would happen is that how are you all out of supply with all that stuff? What's out of supply?
3 divisions in the north. I just didn't have enough supply on wagons to supply them all, and the
Okay.
guys in the south, yeah.
Okay, because they're all going to flip to disorganized. That's the thing. During the next recovery phase, and we don't check their supplies. Well, you could forage to try to take them out of supply status before that would happen, right?
Right.
So, but that's when we do that. We do that in recovery. We don't do that now. So for now, just mark them.
They're marked.
I'm
done.
Right. So you're done. All right. So that is the end of that is the last phase before the move the turn marker up phase. So we're doing that now. So I'm going to beat the Federals off. I have a reinforcement coming in this turn.
When does recovery occur, by the way?
Immediately after the action phase.
Okay, so and when was supply determination made?
Supply determination happens in the strategic phase.
Okay.
So essentially, you do have multiple chances in the next 3 turns to forage.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's roll. I say let's roll up to the start of the action phase. So let's roll for random events. Do you want to roll it or shall I?
I got it.
All right.
10.
10. Delay Confederate reinforcements. I like the sound of that. That sounds pretty fantastic. Pulling up the random events. Confederate player moves all units on the reinforcement track back 1 space away from the current turn.
So everybody who
is on the reinforcement track at this time.
There's nobody.
Okay, well, then it doesn't matter. All right, so that is an irrelevant event.
Oh, I might have to do it with my secret reinforcements.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
All right, my reinforcements come in from somewhere from the south. That is the reinforcement phase. That's the next phase. I'm being a little disorganized here tonight.
Okay.
All right. So after reinforcements,
right,
we do the off-map transfer phase. Do you have anything to off-map transfer?
I have nothing to off-map transfer.
Okay. I don't either. And then we do leader transfer. And it is possible I will have leader transfers.
Is leader transfer the last thing?
Before
the action?
County control. No, so it's leader transfer, county control, which won't. Nothing will change, and then attachments. You could split off or reabsorb. And then it's the action cycle. I don't have any leader transfer to do.
Neither do I.
Okay. So I will go. Is this actually accurate? I don't think it is. No, there's no way that should be there. Just delete it. One of the things that happens with this module specifically is it does all that automation recovery stuff, but if you manually monkey with the markers, then you can end up messing that up. I think that's why that keeps happening.
Right.
So if you don't have any leader transfers and you don't have any attachments or detachments...
I had some attachments and detachments. I already did it.
Okay.
It wasn't that hard.
Then we're at the action phase. Do we want to call it here? We're at about an hour and a half.
I think we should call it here.
All right, that's a clean break point, and that way we can pick back up with the turn 5.
Yes.
Let me get rid of Beat the Federals. Whoops, why not clone? Delete. Delete. All right, and my reinforcements are on the map, so...
Save. All right.
Let us save.
And that's that.
All right, so it's been a little bit disjointed, but I've had a disjointed kind of day. I might have mentioned it. You guys may have heard it. I sawed through my own index finger over the weekend, so that was fun. It's actually getting some air today, and it looks gruesome, but I haven't bothered it yet. So next Thursday, I would like to point out that it's Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is an unusual time and day, we will be playing the campaign game, starting the campaign game for a hot, dry season.
Correct.
And then we're going to pick back up with this, Battle Above the Clouds, on Sunday for a lengthy, roughly 3-hour session. It's what it usually works out to be. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and I will see you all next time.
Good night, everybody.